Hello, Fanatic15 here with the second installment of my video reviews on my YouTube channel, Fanatic15 Reviews. I got rid of the microphone that I used previously because I realized after some constructive criticism that it was too quiet and my review was really quiet as a whole, and I realized after looking back at it that it was indeed very faint sounding, and I had to turn my volume at max and I could still barely hear myself. So yeah, today I'm in Florida. It's Christmas break at my grandparents' house. Wanted to get some reviews out because I have nothing else to do, because who does their homework on Christmas break? I'm in the sunroom, so sorry if there's any, noise that's extra. Today's Christmas Eve for me. I wanted to wish you guys happy holidays, no matter what you celebrate. You deserve to have a joyful holiday season. Yeah, I know that's really cliche, but whatever. Today, the album in question is going to be Because the Internet by Donald Glover, or Childish Gambino. It's all scripted, so I'm pretty much just going to be reading what I wrote. So yeah, here we go. So basically Donald Glover is a jack of all trades in a sense. I mean, he leads a busy life being an actor, DJ, writer, producer, rapper, comedian, director, singer, songwriter, all of those. But his talent is inconceivable. This man has mastered the entertainment business, in my opinion. But all this aside, he has come out with 3 major projects under his alias Childish Gambino, and this album is the second installment, Because the Internet. It follows his debut, Camp, which received very harsh criticism from the likes of critics such as Anthony Fantano at the Needle Drop, and he gave it a whopping 2 out of 10. And even though I haven't heard the whole project, it does seem like his most amateur release. This project is a step up from the comedic shock value rap into a more clever, cunning, and altogether better delivery. With more of a serious approach, Mr. Glover displays his excellence. When I saw that this project recently turned 4 years old on my Instagram, I decided to give the whole thing a shot, and boy is it good. From what I've seen, most either love it or just think it's overrated and mediocre at best. I lean more towards the first group. I think it's a really good project. Now, on with the review. Track by track, here we go. So, track 1 is The Library Intro. This song, if that even is a proper label for it, is just like 5 seconds of sound, which I guess is kind of cool because it loops with the outro, kind of like how the Saturation 3 outro on Team loops with Heat on the first album. So it's kind of like a continuous loop of an album, which is cool, but since it's a build-up to the first song, no rating needed. Track 2, Crawl. I think this is a very good choice to be the opening track into the record. The uncredited vocals on the hook from Kai, I think is how you pronounce it, are really fitting with the beat and only seem somewhat out of place after the second verse from Gambino. Donald comes with some exceptional wordplay and creative bars. The production is also A1 in my opinion. Really enjoyed this track. I'm going to give it a 7.75 out of 10. And track 3, Worldstar. What can I say? This song slaps. The production is spot on, and the verses are incredible, with standout flows on the record. The Worldstar samples are fitting for the raps about how he was Worldstar before rap, which is a metaphor for his viral fame before his musical career. The second verse starts on a mediocre note, but it becomes great in no time. The outro is actually beautiful, though, for the banger of a song. Good stuff. I rated this song a 8 out of 10. And sorry, also, this is a note. sorry for the last review. I didn't really give it like a track-by-track rating because one, it wasn't scripted, and two, all of them were 0s out of 10s. So yeah. Okay, now, the next one's going to be tracks 4 and 5 in like one segment because one's an interlude and the next is like a follow-up to the interlude. So the Dial-Up Interlude is the track 4, and The Worst Guys featuring Chance the Rapper is track 5. To me, it seems like the instrumentals on this project are just getting better and better. Dial-Up is a nice transition into The Worst Guys. This has a nice hook, performance-wise, but it never says what all she needed was. But according to Rap Genius, since Chance and Gambino never say what it is, and because they don't say what it is, they never gave it to her, so they are the worst guys, which, I don't know, it's kind of dumb, but the verses are alright, and there is once again a dope outro to this song. I rated this as 7.5, both tracks together. Okay, now on with the next track, Shadows. This track is a more mellow, laid-back track. To me, it's really nice. This is beautiful music that comes as a surprise, knowing it came right after The Worst Guys. It's a love song, and it's executed really well. Gambino really outdid himself, in my eyes. The second part of the track is also very lovely. Definitely recommend. I would give this a 8.75 out of 10. Track 7, Telegraph Avenue, or Oakland by Lloyd. This is one of the most famous tracks on the record. At first I didn't really like it, but it became a really infectious track over time. It's super catchy and comes with a nice chill vibe. The lyrics are decent, and I like the production. Pretty solid song. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. Okay, so track 8, Sweatpants. Well, I don't know where to start. This is the definition of a banger. Awesome flow, amazing lyricism, and a great listen. The production complements Gambino in the best way possible, and the hook is a great one to sing along to. Ooh, so catchy. Don't be mad because I'm doing me better than you doing you. Better than you doing you. One of the first songs I heard on the album, and it's still one of my favorites. I gave it a 9 out of 10, just because of how enjoyable it is. And the replay value is incredible. Track 9, 3005. This is another great love song. The lyrics can be considered corny to some, but I think that's just Childish's style. One of the best choruses on the tape. Again, with Sweatpants, one of the first tracks I heard on the album, and it still remains one of the best to me. Okay, and the next one I'm going to do both in one. So, tracks 10 and 11, Playing Around Before the Party Starts Interlude, and The Party. The interlude has some nice piano melodies, but it doesn't match the next song, which is an element of surprise because most interludes led up into the next song. Both tracks are still exceptional though. The singing on The Party is alright, and at first it didn't seem like anything special, especially with that distracting noise in the background, which, I mean, it was kind of irritating at points. But then the rap came in, and I have one word to describe this. Wow. To me, this is the best part of the record when it comes, like, to bangers. It's a crazy part of the entire album. I'd give this a 9 out of 10 for both songs together. Alright, so, next song, No Exit. So far, it seems like Gambino can do no wrong on this record. Another great chill track. The production is great, like the hook, and the raps are really gritty for his style, and the tone is really menacing. The outro is interesting, to say the least. It's not bad, but It's not bad, but the laugh is strange, and the long go is weird as well. But that doesn't take away from the song, in my opinion. I give this a 7.25 out of 10. Alright, now on with tracks 13 and 14. Death by Numbers Interlude and Flight of the Navigator. The interlude is a nice transition into the next song. The guitar in the beginning is really nice as an unidentified character. Oh, and this isn't the Flight of the Navigator. So yeah, the guitar is really nice. And as an unidentified character in the song, I mean, I'm sure in the screenplay it tells you, but I haven't read the screenplay. He tells the story of another world he lived in a dream. The strange sample is irritating at times, but it doesn't take away from the song that much to me. The singing is really nice, and it's probably one of my favorites on the record. The song starts the transition to a more relaxed, beautiful side of the album. I gave this an 8.75 out of 10. Now on with track 15, Zealots of Stockholm, Free Information. This song is good as well. The intro part to the track is really enjoyable and laid back, and then the beat switch comes in. It's unexpected and kind of ugly, like an XXXTentacion beat at first, but it later becomes really awesome when the vocals come in. The singing sample is nice, and the rap is equally as good. Kilo Kish comes with good vocals, and then the beat switches for the second time. This song is full of surprises to me. The interlude is strange, and the next verse is really interesting and introspective, and I really like it, with nice piano melodies in the background. Good song as a whole. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Now, track 16, Earn. This is a really short-lived track, like a minute and a half at most, I think. And it isn't bad, but it isn't one of my favorites. The production is average, and so is the singing. It seems more like an interlude than a song to me, which is also kind of true because it transitions right into another set of tracks, which has never happened on the album before. It's not all that. It's 6.5. That's what I gave it. Track 17, interesting name, Pink Toes, featuring Jenny Aiko, yeah. Just from the intro of the first track in this group, you can tell it's going to be a happy outro when you hear the simplistic lyrics, Rainbows, Sunshine. The bridge has clever wordplay, and the verse is nice. Jenny Aiko comes with good vocals as usual. Really feel-good song, 8 out of 10, in my opinion. Track 18, Earth, the Oldest Computer, The Last Night, featuring Azealia Banks. I really like the production on this song. The hook is really catchy, and the chemistry between Gambino and Azealia is seen on the chorus. The first verse is, once again, cunning, clever lyricism. The second verse is really good to me, and the song is really interesting when Gambino talks of wanting to live forever, not just for an era. The outro vocals aren't all that, but the production at the very end makes up for it. Pretty good track. The last track, track 19, is Life, the Biggest Troll, or Andrew Auernheimer, if I pronounced that right. Sadly, all good things come to an end, just like Because the Internet. The first verse has really good lyricism, and I like it. The chorus, after knowing that Andrew Auernheimer is an internet troll that goes under the name Weave, becomes clever, but it is decent as a hook. It's not really that good, but it's good for what it is. The long second verse is actually really good, and ends the record on a high note. Nice outro. I give it a 7.75 out of 10. Now that we're done with all the track-by-track ratings, I did the math, and the estimated rating for the project as a whole would be 8.1 out of 10, but I bumped it up on my personal rating to 8.5 out of 10. The summary for this entire project is, after seeing both arguments on this album, being overrated or being amazing, I must go with the latter. Donald Glover is a genius. I have yet to read the 72-page screenplay that is tied to the project, but I really want to. The concept is incredible. I really enjoyed this project. It might be one of my favorite projects personally. It comes with great bangers, but also with beautiful cuts as well. Really good record. Highly recommend. Very talented artist. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next review video.
Thanks.
Yeah.